Welcome to the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex for junior varsity football. The Chatham-Kent Cougars hosting the Brantford Bisons. The Cougars received the kickoff, and they were able to jump on it. Boy, that was close. But for the Cougars, Trevor Lawton able to recover that. That was a live ball. As soon as it goes 10 yards or more, that's live. Lawton just able to get on top of it. So as I mentioned, this is junior varsity action. Jeff Brooks on the camera. I'm Mike James. This is at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex in Chatham. Last regular season game before the playoffs, the tune-up, if you will. Both of these squads will head to the postseason. We'll get more into that after this first offensive play for the Cougars. We'll go shotgun. And got a receiver out there, and it's completed along the sidelines. Good hard running after the catch as well. Brayden Charbonneau with the reception on that pass. And the Cougars, fresh set of downs. Nice play on first down. Darian Bassick-Haddon at quarterback for the Cougars. Wearing number 1. It's a big number 1. Bassick-Haddon's going to hand it off. And they're going to try the middle. Got some room there. Nice running there by Shumansky with the carry. Shumansky, one of the feature backs for this junior varsity squad. So as I mentioned at the outset, this is a tune-up for both these squads, both of them heading to the playoffs. A couple question marks, though, as to where they will be positioned. It's a definite possibility that these two squads could meet each other next week. Oh, what a quick hitter. And that's going to be a touchdown. That's a pretty good way to start that one right there. Tafina, 24 with the carry. Logan Stafina takes it to the house. Nobody there for the defense for Brantford. And the Cougars on the board early. Logan Stafina just blasts through the line. Not a defender in the area to even touch him. And that's a quick score for the Cougars. Takes them all of 1 minute 30 seconds to get the extra point. To get the touchdown. Now going for that extra point. Bassick-Haddon with the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Stafina with the extra point as well. And the Cougars jump out to the early 7-0 lead. Now, as I mentioned at the outset about playoffs, it's possible that these two squads will face each other next weekend in the first round of the playoffs. There's still some jockeying for position. Brantford comes into this one with a 4-3 record. The Cougars come into this one 6-0-1. Now, there is one other team that has an identical record to the Cougars, and it is Sault Ste. Marie. The differential is going to be determined by how many points their defense has allowed. The Cougars right now have a 28-point edge on defense. So should they give up fewer than 28 points in this game, the Cougars will finish in first place. So we'll certainly be keeping an eye on the points allowed throughout this matchup. Cougars going to get set to kick this one off now to Brantford. Kicking it right down the middle. Return man scoops it up. Trying the right side, then cuts it back left, and good coverage there from the Cougars. Return man swallowed up. And that's where Brantford will take over on their first offensive possession, 1st and 10, their own 33-yard line. Bisons go shotgun here. They're going to hand it off, try the middle of that Cougars defense. Ooh, able to break one tackle initially, but then swallowed up by the Cougars defender. Looked like that was Derek Bassick-Haddon with the stop. Good job wrapping him up. As I mentioned, he's a big number one. Not only is he quarterback, but linebacker as well. And if he gets the ball in his hands and decides to run, he can do that as well. Second and 8 now for the Bisons. They'll go shotgun again. And they're going to fake the handoff. Jailbreak looks like maybe setting up a screen pass, although that didn't look like a screen pass. Pass falls incomplete, but the Cougars had so much pressure there on the quarterback. Almost looked like they were trying to set up a screen pass. Not often you see that much pressure. 3 Cougars getting into the backfield. And it's going to be 2 and out for Brantford, forced to punt this one away. 3rd and 8. Cougars with 3 men back to return. And Brantford has 2 players lined up on side. Kick, directional kick toward that sideline. Try to hem in the return man. Able to scoop it up and find a lane through the middle. Then cutting it back to this near side of the field. Has a couple blockers out in front. Can he get the edge? Good return there from the Cougars. Nice run back from Braden Charbonneau. Gets into the Brantford side of midfield. They'll take over the 50-yard line. Chatham-Kent, their second offensive possession already. Took them just a couple plays to score on their first offensive possession. They're going to run this one, coming to the outside. Oh, look at that hurdle. That's a good-looking run there. Szymanski with the carry. A little hurdle action. Szymanski showing he's got some hops, gets up in the air. Hurdles the defender and gets enough for the first down, so 1st and 10 from the Bisons' 40-yard line. Bassick-Haddon under center. He's going to throw this one out to the receiver, see if he can make something happen. Oh, breaks the first defender's tackle attempt, but can't get away from the second. Looked like that might have been Brett Wiggerson who had the reception. Wiggerson had a big game last weekend for the Cougars. Certainly a nice target for Darian Bassick-Haddon. Brings up 2nd and 12 here after a loss of 2. Bassick-Haddon dropping back to pass. Got a man out to the right side, and he's got some real estate in front of him. Nice cutback for finally being taken down. Gain of about 25 yards on that pass completion to Trevor Lawton.
The ball is being spotted around the 15-yard line of Brantford.
Lawton, a nice big target as well. Good throw by Bassick-Haddon, right on the money. Offense for the Cougars rolling here early. 1st and 10 now, about the 15-yard line of Brantford. Lone man in the backfield, Bassick-Haddon, and he will hand it off to that lone man. That was 21, Brandon Benoit. Not a lot of room over that left side. Pretty much at the original line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a couple inches, but not much.
No gain on that play is going to bring up second down 10 for the Cougars at the Brantford 15.
Cougars break the huddle. 2nd and 10 here. Bassick hadn't going to go shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Fakes the handoff. He looks for some room, then puts it in the air. Looks like that was completed to Benoit, who's fighting for extra yards.
Short pass complete across the middle.
Excuse me, I believe that was Trevor Lawton with the reception.
Wrestled his way close to the goal line.
Lawton enough to get the first down. Nice play by Bassick Haddon there. Just kind of flick of the wrist. Got it out to Lawton.
Spotted just inside the Brantford.
And then Lawton did a great job fighting for extra yards after the reception. Puts the Cougars first and goal now. Looks to be about the 5-yard line. They're going to hand it off up the middle and walking into the end zone pretty much there. Looked like that was Logan Stefina with the carry. And the Cougars rolling on offense early on. 13-0 now. Looking to add the extra point. Clicking on all cylinders early. And the point after is good. 4:23 left to play here in the first quarter. The Cougars lead 14-0. Cougars get set to kick this one off now after the touchdown from Stefina. And Brantford finally scoops it up down that right side and got a lane and some momentum going there on that return.
Returned by number 17, Joshua Lightfoot of Brantford.
Looks like it was Joshua Lightfoot with the return before he was pushed out of bounds. Good starting field position here for Brantford. Bisons offense on the field for the second time now this football game. There you go, shotgun. They're going to put this one in the air just over to this right side, dump the ball off, and good pursuit from the Cougars defense. Not a lot of room there. Dennis Rowitz, nice job coming back to make the tackle. He was upfield applying pressure to the quarterback. After that pass was dumped off, big number 55 came back and made the tackle. Good swarming defense there from the Cougars. 2nd and 8 now. Oh, that looked like, yeah, that's a flag comes in now. It's going to be a procedure call against Brantford. That was an offside call against the Cougars actually there, so free 5 yards for Brantford. 2nd and a manageable 4 now. They're going to hand it off, try the middle of that Cougars defense. Initially was wrapped up, breaks a tackle, breaks a second, but dragged down, going to be short.
Makes his way close to midfield.
Very, very short gain, going to bring up a 3rd and 3. We'll call it even a 3rd and 2. That Cougars defense just so hungry to get after that ball carrier. The running back was able to shake free of the first tackle, maybe a little bit of the second, but the Cougars defense is absolutely swarming early on. Not a lot of room there, and forcing the 3rd down and 2. And trailing 14-0 early on. The Bisons going for it. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback keeper looking for some room, and he will have enough for the first down.
On the quarterback keeper.
Picks up about 4.
Pushes his way into Cougar territory. Stewart on the stop.
And that's going to move the chains for Brantford.
First down Brantford at the Cougar 51.
Bison's 1st and 10 now. Cougars side of the field, and we got flags again. Blow this play dead. The consensus in the booth this time is procedure against Brantford, but we'll hold out for the call here. No, it looks like this is going against the Cougars, so we're batting 0 for 2 up here. I missed the call on the first one, and I won't call out the individual that missed that one.
First down. 1st and 5 from the Cougar 46.
So 1st and 5 now for Brantford. About the Cougars' 45-yard line. Goes shotgun, and they'll hand it off. Ooh, nice hit there, right in the hole. Darian Bassick-Hadden laying a little wood right in the middle of that defense. Brings up a 2nd and 5, no gain. Under a minute to play now in the first quarter. There you go, shotgun going to drop back to pass, looking down the right side. Oh, and hit immediately as he's letting that ball go. Big hit by Trevor Lawton. Lawton knocking Dustin Hine down to the ground just as he was releasing that ball. Big 3rd down now here for Brantford. I'll go shotgun. Fired out to this left side, excuse me. There's a flag down, but that was about 4 feet over the hands of the intended receiver. We'll wait on the call here. That goes against the Cougars. I believe they were lined up offside.
Has the ball first down at the Cougar 40.
So fresh set of downs here for Brantford. Bisons now have a little something going on offense. There you go, shotgun. Run pass option here. Good job on D. Stefina makes the tackle, number 24. Darian Bassick-Hadden in on that as well. Little option play. Quarterback keeps it, but not a lot of room there. Aside from the flags that the Cougars have taken some self-inflicted wounds, as defense has been very tough. And boy, I can tell you right now, you can feel that sun beating down out here on this Sunday evening in Chatham-Kent. It's about 28 or 82, but feels warmer than that with the Humidex. We've got flags early again here. This time offside against Brantford. Happy to report our average has improved. We're now 1 for 3 on calls.
Backs them up 5 yards.
So that's going to move the Bisons back 5.
14 from the Cougar 45.
Second and 14 now for the Bisons. Cougars coming with the blitz up the middle. Bisons put it up in the air under pressure, and it's picked off. Got some space down the left side. Dragged down, though.
Intercepted by number 84, Braden Charbonneau.
Charbonneau with the pick. That as the result of pressure right up the middle. The Cougars come with the blitz. Throws the errant, forces the errant throw. And the Cougars take advantage. Great job by the defense. Oh, we've got a flag down now on this play. Doesn't look like we had a flag on the play, so the second quarter begins with the Cougars on offense. The 43-yard line of the Bisons. They're going to go to the air. Darian Bassick-Haddon's scanning the field. Oh! And it falls incomplete. Looked like that ball was tipped. Intended for Trevor Lawton. And Lawton did have a chance to scoop that one up after the minor deflection, but just couldn't hang on to it. Tough play there for the receiver for the Cougars. And brings up a 2nd and 10. Bassick-Haddon going under center this time. 2 backs in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off, trying the middle and finding some room before taking a big stick there. Was 21, Brandon Benoit. Took a pretty good look there in the hole. And brings up a 3rd and 5 now. And Chatham-Kent going for it here. No substitutions for a kicker. They're going to go shotgun here. And Bassick-Haddon's got it. He's rolling out to his right looking for a receiver. He's going to throw it back across the field. 2 receivers in the area. Oh, and what a catch. Wow, that was a snag by Brett Wiggerson. Climbs the ladder and snags it. Wiggerson, man, he is a big target. 2 receivers in the area. Wiggerson, though, gets up high and skies for it. Fresh set of downs here for the Cougars on that big passing play. Always dangerous when you pass back across the field, but boy, you got that big target like Brad Wiggerson. You feel a little bit better about it. Bassick-Haddon goes shotgun. He's going to look to put it up in the air. Got a receiver out there. He's open. Nice catch made. Still on his feet, fighting for the end zone and in for the score. Tyler Shumansky not going to be stopped. Shumansky, the nice grab on the throw from Bassick-Haddon, and then just is able to fight off 2 defenders and get in for the touchdown. The Cougars leading early. Going to look to add to the lead now. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and is good. Well executed there. Stefina adds the extra point, and the Cougars lead this one 21-0. 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns. And Chatham-Kent rolling. 9:40 to play in the first half. Cougars get set to kick it off to Brantford. Player running on late here for Brantford. Kick is off and line drive, returnable kick. Oh, beats the first man in coverage, but good defense there on special teams. Cameron Sanderson and Braden Charbonneau team up to make the tackle. Good job by Evan Starr getting down there and slowing the return man and allowing the rest of his special teams teammates to get in to make that tackle. First and 10 Brantford now. They're going to hand it off, trying the middle of that Cougars defense. Not a lot of room there. Looked like that was Trevor Lawton and Jude Pearson teaming up to make that stop.
Gain of about 3 brings up second down and 7 for Brantford at their own 36.
Short gain there on that first down play. 2nd and 7. Brantford going to the air. We've got flags.
Flag down.
This is becoming a bit of a theme here early on. Flags at the snap. And our percentage is improving in the booth here. Now 2 for 4. It is against the offense for the Bisons. Offside.
5-yard offside call goes against Brantford.
It's going to make it a 2nd and 12 now.
Repeat second down and 12.
This Cougars defense flexing their muscle so far in this first half, leading this one 21-0. They're looking down the field to pass this one. Then he tucks it and runs. And nothing doing there. Didn't spend a lot of time scanning the field, so almost wonder if that was a design delay on the run by the quarterback. That time it's Tay Lavelle. And brings up a 3rd down. We've got a substitution here for Brantford, so you got to wonder if that's their punter coming on here to kick this one away. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense for Brantford to go for this one. 3rd and 10 after that short gain on 2nd down. But they do look to be going for it. 3rd and 10. They're going to go to the air, looking down the field, looking for a receiver. Oh, and hit immediately. Incomplete. And Darian Bassick-Hadden with the big hit. Callum Moyer, the receiver there, certainly getting the message that big number 1's patrolling the middle of that football field. So big number 1, Bassick-Hadden, lays the wood and then goes on offense back to his quarterback position. 7:15 and counting to play here in the first half. Chatham-Kent Cougars up 21-0 on the visiting Brantford Bisons. Bassick-Hadden going to go shotgun here, flanked by his running backs. Going to go to the air. He's got a receiver open. Looks like that's Wiggerson fighting for the end zone. And he is in for the score. Brett Wiggerson with the touchdown. A 31-yard pitch and catch from Bassick-Hadden to Brett Wiggerson. And Wiggerson could smell the end zone, and he was not going to be denied. Big number 9 reaches that ball across the goal line. And the Cougars get their 4th touchdown of this football game. Extra point is up and good. And the Cougars now lead this one 28-0. 4 offensive possessions, 4 touchdowns. And the Cougars absolutely rolling at this point. 6:51 to play here in the first half. Chatham-Kent 28, Brantford Bisons, no score. Logan Stefina lining up to kick this one away. And a line drive kick. Oh, good kick there. Gets over the head of the return man, who's able to finally scoop it up. Looking for a seam. A clear block in the back there. The flag comes out. Good coverage there by the Cougars as well. Keep Brantford short of the 30-yard line, and then you'll tack on that penalty against Brantford. It's going to be a block in the back, and they'll march that one towards the Bisons' goal line. So after that penalty gets marched off, 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. There you go, shotgun. They're going to hand it off, and nothing doing there. This Cougars run defense has been very, very sharp. Good stop there. Trevor Lawton in on the tackle. A couple other defenders as well. And certainly been tough sledding for Brantford, but that's understandable going up against the best defense in the West. In the Cougars, they have the fewest points allowed so far this season. There you go, shotgun, 2nd down, and we've got a flag early on again. And our percentage continues to improve. We're now 3 for 5 up here in the booth. No thanks to me, I'll tell you that much, that I'm 0 for 1. So the offside call brings up a 2nd and 11. Or we call it 2nd and 12, I'd say. Brantford deep in their own territory. There goes shotgun, going to the air here, looking for a receiver. Looking, doesn't find anyone, doesn't see anything he likes. Scrambling now, trying to find an open seam, and he does. Before taking a pretty good hit there, Bassick Haddon making the tackle on Tay Lavelle. Lavelle doing a pretty good job of getting some yardage there. Didn't find a receiver open downfield, and pretty good scramble by Lavelle and a manageable 3rd down here. 3rd and 3. Brantford going for it here. Ball on their own 22-yard line. And we got a flag early again. And Lavelle's going to tuck it and run. And he's taken down. We'll have to wait for this flag to get sorted out. Looked like it was Stefina in on the tackle there. Not sure where the mark was. And again, we've still got the flag to sort out as well. And they're marching this off against Chatham. So the Cougars offside there. And that's going to give the Brantford Bisons 1st down.
First down Bisons at their own 28.
Taylor Bell, quarterback, takes the shotgun, then hands it off to his running back. That's number 4, trying to get the corner. Good defense by the Cougars. Andrew Kozbar. Corin Stewart makes the tackle.
Which will be about a gain of a couple. Second down and 8 for Brantford from their own 30.
Cougars defense doing a good job staying in their lanes and stretching out that play. That clock continues to run. We're at 3:35 and counting now to play in this first half. Chatham-Kent Cougars, junior varsity squad, leading the visiting Brantford Bisons 28-0. Take the snap. We got a flag early on again, and Tay Lavelle taken down for the sack. But again, we'll have to wait on that flag.
Tyler Szymanski on that quarterback sack.
Lavelle looks like he's shaken up a little bit as well. Szymanski with the sack. And the officials talking about that flag. Offside against Brantford. The Cougars decline it.
Call against Brantford is declined by the Cougars.
So that brings up a 3rd and long.
Bring up a 3rd down and 13 for Brantford.
After the sack.
The ball being spotted around their own 25.
Ball on the Brantford 25-yard line. Bison's going for it here. And looking for a receiver out here on the flats, but it falls incomplete through the hands of the intended receiver, Rory Guest. And the Cougars will get possession of the football on downs. Fantastic field position. 2:52 to play here in the first half. 28-0 for the Cougars. Junior varsity squad. Tune up for both of these teams before the playoffs. This is the last regular season game for both squads. Looks like that ball was caught in the corner by Evan Starr. Wow, Evan Starr, like a falling snag, pulls in that pass.
First down and goal for the Cougars from the Bison 4.
Evan Starr with a nice catch, falling to the ground, and first and goal now for Chatham-Kent. Bassett takes the snap, and he's going to run it himself up the gut. But good defense there from Brantford. Not a lot of room. It's going to be short of the goal line. So just a gain of 1 yard there. Ball's on the 3-yard line. Second and goal here for the Cougars. They go I formation. And they fake the handoff with the pass, the middle of the field, and it's in for the score. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Cougars. Short pass was complete into the end zone.
Looks like it was Trevor Lawton. Trevor Lawton with the touchdown catch.
Number 4. Okay, so it wasn't. It's number 3. Yeah, well, that's short. Oh, I said number 4.
And the point after is good.
Hold on, we'll find out for you, Mike. I think I never came up with the ball.
Oh, we're getting word now. It was Evan Starr with the touchdown grab. So it was Evan Starr that came up with that big catch on the opener of that drive. Caught it as he was falling to the ground and then ends up with the touchdown score. Difficult to see. Caught it in a crowd there right in the middle of the field. So the Cougars are 5 for 5 now on offensive possessions. 35-0 now. Cougars kick this one off. Caught cleanly by the return man. Looking for a lane and finds one. Good job staying on his feet, then stumbles out of bounds. Ryan Crabb gives the Bisons good field position to start here. 1:42 to play in the first half. And the Bisons with a lot of ground to make up. Brantford starting this drive out now at their 43-yard line. They're going to put this in the air and complete it along this near side. Bassick Haddon and Lucas Rupert in on the tackle. And Dustin Hine back in at quarterback.
Lucas Rupert also in on that stop. Brings up a second down and 2 for Brantford at their own 51.
And they're going to hand off and, finding some room. Nice looking run here from number 4. And he's got some room down the sideline. Not going to get to the end zone, but caught. Andrew Kozbar. Good looking run there. Biggest play we've seen from Brantford so far. Looked like it was Cameron Sanderson, the touchdown saving tackle. And that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 at the Cougars' 15-yard line. They're going to go to the ground again. And not a lot there this time. LJ Hines in on that tackle, and looks like we've got a timeout on the field here with 53 seconds to play in the first half, and the Cougars leading 35-0. 2nd and 4 now, we'll call it. Deep in Cougars territory. First time we've seen Brantford threaten to score. Going to the air, looking to the middle of the field, and it's intercepted by the Cougars.
Pass is intercepted in the end zone.
Great job there. Looks like that was Stefina.
Great Charbonneau with that interception for the Cougars.
Looked like it was Logan Stefina that stepped in front of that intended receiver to get the pick. And the Cougars going to take over on offense at their own 20, and that's big because, again, as I mentioned at the outset, the point differential is big. Oh, I'm getting word it was 84 with the interception. 84. Braden Charbonneau. So nice play from Charbonneau there. And the Cougars keep Brantford off the scoreboard. And again, it's the defensive differential that's going to help to determine where these teams end up at the end of this game in the playoff picture. Good looking defensive play there from Brantford. And Stefina on the carry that time. Little to no gain, and now we've got an injured Brantford player down on the field.
Injury time for the Cougars. To be about their own 21-yard line.
So Cougars now 2nd and 9. Bassick Haddon going to put it in the air. Got Brett Wiggers in over on that far side. Breaks a tackle. And now he's off to the races. Kenny outrun the defense. Finally forced out of bounds.
Number 9, Brett Wagerson. Number 64 forces him out of bounds. Just past midfield.
Boy, Wiggerson is dangerous with that ball in his hands, isn't he? Nice job there. Just one of those simple throw in the flats and then just let your receiver make a play. And that's exactly what number 9 did. And
My apologies. Looked like he was forced out of bounds.
they're going to say he was forced out of bounds way back here on his own 46. But that is enough for a fresh set of downs here. Just 25, well now 24 and counting seconds left in this first half. Chatham-Kent just letting that clock tick down, leading 35-0. And we'll have one final play here. And there's the half. So the Cougars take a knee respectfully there. And a tremendous first half for the Cougars. Scoring on every offensive possession in the first half. Obviously negating this last one here where they were just happy to take a knee and let the clock run out. Lead the Brantford Bisons 35-0 junior varsity football action. Thanks for tuning in. The Chatham-Kent Cougars YouTube channel. Second half action coming up after this. Here we are for second half action. Junior varsity football. The Cougars kicking off to Brantford. That ball picked up on the deflection by the return man, and good coverage there from Chatham-Kent. They lead this one 35-0. Big offensive outburst from the Cougars in the first half. Their first 5 offensive possessions resulted in touchdowns, and then their 6th offensive possession, they just let the time run off the clock to head to half. So Brantford going 1st and 10 here from their own 32. And Lavelle back in at quarterback. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Good defense from the Cougars there. Edwin Acosta in on the stop. Big defensive tackle, big number 56.
Second down and 6 for Brantford at their own 35.
They'll call that a pickup of 4 on first down for Brantford. One man in the backfield there with Lavelle. He's going to fake the handoff to that man. Getting some pressure now. Escapes it, though. Going to try to run, but he's going to get taken down for the loss. That will go down for a sack for Tyler Szymanski. Nice job there from Szymanski. Looks like Brantford's going to substitute for the punt here. And so the Cougars will prepare to return. We got 3 men back.
We will be announcing the 50-50 ticket. Winning number worth $220.
Ooh, 50-50 draw about to be announced. $220 to the winner. So good 50-50 here at the Athletic Complex. And the Bison's going to punt this one away. Looks like it might have gone off the side of the foot of the punter, and it bounces out of bounds. Not a big flip of the field there. And Cougars going to take over here on the Brantford side of midfield at their 48-yard line. Bassick Haddon remains in at quarterback under center. He's going to hand it off to the deep man and finding a hole over the right side. Wow, nice run. Good hole there. Brandon Benoit, big gain on first down.
Makes his way close to the 30-yard line of Brantford.
About an 18-yard gain there on that scamper from Benoit.
First down Cougars at the Bison 31.
First and 10. Bassick Haddon's going to hand it off. And a couple nice moves, then taking a good shot there. Trevor Lawton.
Cougars at the Brantford 28.
Second and 7. Bassick Haddon's going to air it out down the right side. He's got a receiver. Oh, and it's a beautiful grab. That was Ryan Grelmore, his first grab of this game. It's a 28-yard touchdown passing catch from Bassick Haddon. Good looking catch there from Grelmore. Pulls it in, and the Cougars extend their lead. We've seen some nice catches in this one, and you can add that snag by Grelmore to that highlight reel. Nice adjustment in the air. Pull it down, take it into the end zone.
Point after attempt is good.
And the extra point there from Stefina is good. And now the Cougars lead 42-0. So the Cougars going to kick this one off. Stefina, line drive kick, caught cleanly by the return man who's going to try this near side. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, and it bounces out of bounds. The hit from Stefina and LJ Hines. I believe it was Hines who came in to clean it up that caused the fumble. Brantford takes over their 45-yard line. Go into the air right away. And, oh, nearly picked off. Stefina had his hands on it. Just couldn't pull it in. And it falls incomplete. Second and 10 now for Brantford after that incomplete pass. They're going to go to the air again here on consecutive plays. It's picked off, thrown directly to the Cougars. And looks like he's going to take it to the house, and he does. Trevor Lawton.
Number 3, Trevor Lawton on that interception return.
A pick 6 for Lawton. who basically looked like the intended receiver there. That pass was off the mark. Hit Lawton right in the number. And almost like, wow, surprise, look at me, look what I've got, and turned it upfield and into the end zone. Stefina on for the extra point now after that pick six from Trevor Lawton. Bassick hadn't to hold it. And it's up, and I'm waiting for the signal. And it is good.
Point after attempt is good.
Cougars kick it off. Low line drive kick. Takes a nice hop to the return man. And tries to leap a tackler. Got a piece of his feet. And then corralled. Looked like it was Ethan Chenier-Lane was the first one in on that tackle. And we got a piece of the ankles as the return man tried to hurdle him. Brantford going to go shotgun here. Oh, and it's bobbled by Lavelle. Needs to jump on it. No, he just scoops it up. Now he's going to try to make something out of nothing. And does a pretty good job of that, actually, before he's tackled by Hines. Amazingly enough, was able to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. Looked like he was going to get taken down for a big loss. But Lavelle scooped it up. Didn't think he'd have a chance. And then got some positive yardage. Hines going to air it out down the left side. But his receiver stopped there, misjudged it. Hines takes the snap, looking to his left, has a receiver there, hits him in stride. Good job there. Nice passing catch. Maybe the best one we've seen. Catch Cody Finucane with the grab. Good throw there by Dustin Hine, right on the money. And it was Christian Burgoon who made the tackle. Hine takes a snap, looks left, he's going to air it out, and it's picked off by the Cougars. Nice job there from Christian Burgoon. Almost looked like he was the intended receiver. Good job by the DB. Was out there ahead of the receiver and made that play. Tackled immediately. And the Cougars will now start in their own territory. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Second interception of this game for the Cougars defense. And nearly a flaw so far in this performance here from the JV Cougars. First and 10, Bassick Haddon's going to hand it off. Looking for a lane on this side. Good job by the defense. With the carry was Brandon Benoit. Had a lane briefly, but good closing speed there from the linebacker. Second and 9 now for the Cougars. They're going to go shotgun here. Bassett-Hatton's looking to his right. Got a man out there. And looks like that's 84 that made the grab. It's forced out of bounds.
Pass complete to Braden Charbonneau.
Charbonneau
Out of bounds in front of the Bison's bench. Number 30 on the stop for Brantford.
makes the snag.
Flag on the far side.
You wonder if this is going to be a play after Charbonneau was out of bounds. Unnecessary roughness, maybe. The passing play resulted in a 21-yard gain. Now we're just looking for the results of that flag. Yeah, unnecessary roughness against Brantford. Believe it was after Braden Charbonneau was out of bounds. So the Cougars now start the fourth quarter. First and 10, the Brantford 54-yard line. And we do have a running clock now because of the point differential with the Cougars up 49-0. Cougars bring the man across the formation. That's Brett Wiggerson. And that's going to be a flag. Yeah, it's going to be a face mask. Face mask against number 3, Cody Finucane. So the offside is declined. The face mask is in force. That's a 15-yard penalty. So the Cougars now first and 10 at the 25-yard line of Brantford. And this Cougars offense just continues to roll. Bassett-Hatton under center. I formation in the backfield. Oh, he bobbles the snap. He's going to drop back. It was a passing play. He airs it out to the right side. He's got a receiver caught for a touchdown. Szymanski with the touchdown catch. 25-yard passing play. Bassett-Hatton to his receiver, and now we've got an injury timeout on the field, but the Cougars just continue to tack on to their lead. Going to have to wait here for the extra point while we've got an injured player down who was in the area trying to make a play as that ball was coming down to the Cougars. So after the Szymanski 25-yard touchdown catch from Darian Bassett-Hatton, going to line up for the extra point. Bassett-Hatton's going to be the holder here. Good snap, good hold, and it's up, and it's good by Logan Stefina. And the Cougars now lead this 56-0. 9:52 to play here in this football game, junior varsity football action. And with the Cougars so far, the way this point differential looks to be playing out, right now it looks like these two squads will play next weekend in the semifinals in the playoffs. Again, the point differential on defense, how many points your defense allows. Cougars right now not allowing any points in this game. Have the best defense in the league. They've allowed the fewest points. That will allow them to claim first place over Sault Ste. Marie. They've allowed 28 fewer points than Sault Ste. Marie's defense has. And with this loss, Brantford will cement themselves in fourth place and come back to Chatham next weekend. Cougars, a short, little two-hopper, and it's bobbled, finally picked up. And good coverage there from the Cougars. They got the return man wrapped up. And that's where Brantford will take over on this possession inside their own 30-yard line. Brantford first down here, going to put the ball in the air. Looking for a receiver, doesn't find anyone, going to tuck and run. Not a lot of room over there, but able to escape a tackler and gets out of bounds short of the first down. That was Tay Lovell, now playing QB. Of course, we've seen Lovell right there and Dustin Hine rotating at the quarterback position throughout this game. As I mentioned, Lovell back there now. They're going to hand it off, and they're going to get the first down there. Good run here. Oh, and now getting a lane, going to cut it back, and caught from behind. Nice run there by Andrew Kosbar. Finally taken down. Looked like it was maybe Brett Wiggerson that came in to make the tackle.
Looks like they're spotting the ball right around the 31-yard line of the Cougars.
Just over 7 minutes to play in this football game as the clock continues to run. Cougars coming with the blitz up the middle. It's a run. And taken down there. Good tackle. That time, Szymanski. Szymanski's got 2 touchdowns in this one, including the last score that the Cougars had on that 25-yard touchdown reception. Second and 5 for Brantford. Cougars look like they're coming blitz again. And there's a flag there. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if somebody forgot the snap count. Or they saw the Cougars were coming with the blitz. Cougars about a foot short there. Oh, excuse me, the Brantford Bisons about a foot short after the penalty. So 2nd and 1 here. And happy to report our guess on penalties and yardage is now we're up to 4 of 6 on guessing. And this time it's Lavelle who's in at quarterback, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to run, and we've got a flag. He's in for the touchdown, but we've got a flag. I believe this is going to come back against Brantford. There you are. So it's a holding call against Brantford after the first down was achieved. So 1st and 10 now. The ball about the 20-yard line of the Cougars. 3:25 and counting still to play in this football game. The Cougars leading 56-0. And really at this point you're just looking for that clock to run as fast as possible and get out of this without any nicks and bruises heading into the playoffs next weekend. Lavelle back to pass, got some pressure. He's going to air it out to the end zone, and good coverage there from the Cougars. That ball wide of the intended target. Might have been Corn Stewart there with the coverage. Good coverage there by 23. Second and 10 now for Brantford. We're going to drop back to pass. Lavelle looking and falls incomplete. Well short of the intended receiver. And now 3rd and 10 for the Bisons. At this point, just looking to erase that donut.
3rd down and 10, Brantford from the Cougar 20.
Lavelle's going to take it, drop back, looking for a receiver downfield. He's going to air it out for anyone to make a play. It's up in the air. Oh, and it falls incomplete. Nearly caught on the deflection by one of the Bisons, but just couldn't get to it in time, and it falls to the ground. And the Cougars will keep the Bisons off the scoreboard. Ball is turned over on downs, and now this clock will just run out. Chatham-Kent will win this one 56-0. Impressive performance here today by the Cougars in all facets of this game. The offense, defense, special teams, everything clicking, and this team looks primed for the playoffs and doing some damage for sure. They'll close out the regular season 7-0-1, and with this loss, Brantford will fall to 4-4, and it will be these two clubs next weekend. Playoff action hosted here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. This clock just about to run out, and then the Cougars will take a knee. And a convincing victory, to say the least, here for Chatham-Kent. Great job by this Cougar squad. And the varsity Cougars close out the regular season with a 56-0 win over the Brantford Bisons. And these two squads will meet up next weekend, first round of the playoffs here in Chatham. On behalf of the cameraman, Jeff Brooks, I'm Mike James. Thanks for tuning into the Chatham-Kent Cougars YouTube channel.